Hello YouTube, how you doing darling? My name's the Cynic. I'm making this video because I actually want to start a small series. Very depressing, no not depressing, but sad series. Like, I'm gonna title it Bad Things I Found Out About the Philippines. Hey, first episode, I actually found this out not too long ago from friends, and I read about this online. So, number one on this very short this series, I'm gonna make it short, maybe like 5 minutes. So, in the Philippines, so you know how the Philippines is prone to natural disasters like earthquakes, typhoons, monsoons, floods, all that jizz. And there's honestly some very generous and cool and kind people in the Philippines, and even outside the Philippines, who will really want to donate and help the less fortunate. So what'll happen is all these donations of noodles, rice, canned food, and dry goods and clothes and all that, they get stockpiled in a warehouse near the disaster area, right? For the relief goods for people. Little do these people know, uh, the owners of the warehouse political are actually part of the political candidates or associated with the political candidates or anyone in the in a position of a political power where I live in the Philippines, right? I'm not sure how it works in the other countries, but surprise, surprise, the Philippines is corrupt. Everyone knows that. Anyway, what happened? What I figured out was very scummy. Was these warehouses were either owned by politicians or people associated with politicians. So they wouldn't give the dry goods directly or immediately to these people who needed help, right? They would stockpile them, and then when voting time, or when it's close to voting time, when it's their time to run for their campaign, they would stockpile all these goods donated from generous people in the Philippines and outside the Philippines and all over the world, and they would put their brand in it. They would say, "I spent all this money, and I bought all this good food and good things and uh, all these things for the to help the people." And you know what? It's not theirs. They didn't buy it. Obviously there are politicians who do, but there's a lot of them who claim that they did, and they would just claim all these donated goods as theirs. And they said, you know what? Because of my generosity and how deeply I love the people of the Filipinos, of the Filipino people, here I'm gonna give all this away to you guys, even though they're word for them, from the generous people who donated them. What the hell? And it's very odd. It's just another. I know a lot of shitty things about the Philippines, living here for a long time. And I really do understand why people here, especially the younger ones in my generation and younger, really want to leave because how corrupt it is. Anyway, so yeah, these politicians would wait for the right time for a photo shoot or stuff like that, or a campaign to run for the next election, and they would hoard these supplies and just give them out when they want to, for clout, for publicity. It's very common. I even remember this viral video. It was one of the first viral negative things I saw about the Philippines. So when I was a kid, there was this president. He actually became the president, and he was a candidate before, and then he became the president, and he was running again, but he lost. So what happened was he was in a little wooden boat with other people. It was a very nice propaganda, I would say. Very nice way to show how much he cares about nature and the people. So he was on this little boat, right? He had this tall stick on a net, tall stick on, and the net was on the end of the stick, and he was catching garbage on the water, right? Very nice, very nice. Oh, catching garbage on the water. Oh, he cares so much about the environment and the people. He loves us so much. We need to vote for him. And then when the camera, which is actually very strange because the media people who were behind this were actually the national news. So when the camera zoomed out and they didn't edit it correctly, it actually showed another person under him. No, not under him. Like it was originally out of frame, but they forgot to edit it in post. So when they zoomed out, there was this woman here next, close to the cameraman, throwing. She had a big black sack of garbage, throwing it in the water to the current going to the politician, so that the politician would look good collecting. There was no garbage anywhere around the river. It was clean. She was literally putting the garbage in so that the politician could get it. And that sucks. Propaganda. Doing basically, it's honestly like, it's honestly what people did, people in power did before TikTok to boost and gain clout. These people wanted to gain power, votes, and money. So you know what? I'm the main character. Throw some garbage down here, make me look so like a saint. Ugh. People wonder why people are leaving this country of the Philippines. Honestly, this is a very cynical view coming from Desmond the cynic himself, but I have given up hope for this country, because I myself and a lot of people do their best, try our best to live a good life, not doing anything wrong, not breaking any rules or laws, or just generally just trying to live our lives. It's so hard here, especially with the economy and all that jazz. Ugh! I really hope I manage to go to the country I'm aiming to go to before the next elections, because I honestly don't want to vote for anyone. Voting for anyone, even if I do vote, not gonna change. People don't change, culture don't change overnight just because of one person, right? I'm not saying I'm like a saint or better than most Filipino people. I'm just saying it's hard for someone who abides by the rules in this country to get, and is so easily to get fucked over by people who don't abide by the rules. That's my rant. Anyway, yeah, that's part one of things I learned here in the Philippines. So yeah, people in power hoarding. Number one, people in power hoarding donations so that they can use it when it suits them best, and they claim it as their own. Second one was politicians. Surprise, surprise. So politicians throw in garbage in the water so they can themselves catch it and make them look good, beautiful. Whatever happened to integrity, man? Whatever happened to honesty? Where are the good people? They're still good people, but they're not doing much. Pray for the world. What good will that do? God left us. Edgy. So edgy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below what you know or what you have seen people in your country or in the Philippines do for themselves, to do shitty stuff to gain power and money for themselves, if you can relate. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, also like and subscribe would be just amazing. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Blah, blah, blah.